Yo, yo, yo! What's good, everybody? Who do we got in the chat? I think we got a couple people here already. We got some early risers. It's a little bit late in the day already. 2:30 or 1:30 p.m. over here. I got a little bit late start on the stream. Trying to get together that Dungeon Guide content. A lot of things are going on today. Guys, how's everybody doing? We are less than 3 weeks away. Tomorrow's the stress test. Monday's name reservation, man. And then before you know it, Classic's gonna be dropping. Classic will be here, officially. What's up, Cameron Sands? Good to see you, bro. Always good to see you in here. I like the familiar faces. I like all the new ones, too. Dead of Night. Dead of Night, he said it's already good. Rating does suck. So I guess I can't come in for this one. I won't change your mind. I don't know. I want to hear what people have to say. I don't think my opinion is going to be super strong, just because of the lack of experience, possibly. But I'd like to have people come in that are experienced veterans, people that have done raiding in the past, and they have a passion for it. Man, I've heard people in the Discord, in our guild lately, they've been talking about they want to raid every single night. Like, literally, they want to, if they could, they would raid 5, 6, 7 nights a week. And I don't understand. I don't get the appeal. So, it's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. But we do have some pretty big news. Some pretty big things have been going on our ClassicWow.live website. Some of the people in our group. I had one other thing I was going to talk about today too. Oh yeah, and I got my WoW diary just the other day. Check it out. The Classic WoW Diary by John Stats. Oh my gosh, it's pretty freaking awesome actually. Here we go. Does anybody have a copy that's in the chat right now? Has anybody got that book? And read through it, because it's it's full of gold, man. It really is. I haven't seen anybody else put out the kind of content that's in that book, obviously, because there's only a handful of game designers that were a part of Vanilla WoW, but man, that guy has some really awesome points. Dead of Night, you got the book? Yeah, no, I'm loving it. I read the first chapter. I got it yesterday, and I read the first chapter this morning. But, I mean, he's talking about dungeon content, too. Man, John Stats. Guys, if you're just tuning in, John Stats, too, he designed, like, half the dungeons in the game. And if you follow me at all, I absolutely love dungeon design. I'm all about dungeon design analysis. Game design analysis, really, overall. But Dead of Night, I've really only skimmed through it yet. See, I was actually engaged, man. I don't read books. I haven't read books lately, honestly, since high school, dude. That's been at least 4 years, and even in high school I didn't read that much. I read a ton growing up as a kid, but that's something I wish I did more of, is read freaking books. My vocabulary would be a lot bigger. Oh man, I'd be a lot more sharp. Dude, I'm telling you, the only reason I was so smart growing up, and about high school it dropped off, I think because I stopped reading books. But 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, dude, I was glued to those things. We have these tax tests down here in Texas, and I'm gonna give a little flex on my 6th grade year old self. When I was 10, 11 at the time, I got a perfect on all 3 tax tests. All 3 tax tests. The only person in my class. But I don't know what happened. I was really smart when I was young, but for some reason I fell off. Maybe it was too much college life. Too much. I'm not even trying to joke, man. Too many bad decisions. But anyways, guys, today the topic is gonna be raiding sucks, changed my mind. I hope that we're gonna have a lot of people file in here. Hopefully we'll catch 1 or 2 experienced raiders, people that really have a fond love for raiding. Again, I don't understand it, and I really want to have this discussion today. I really want some people to bring to light why raiding is so good, and why they want to spend so much time on it. Ivan, what's up, Grays? Always love streaming in the late hours. Don't you care about us Europeans? Hey man, I try my best. What is it? It's 1:30 over here, so it's 7:30 over there. Maybe 8:30, 9:30, depending on where you're at. It won't be a super long stream though. I try and keep these things at 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Live streaming, I guess. Lube streaming is correct too. Hey, in this live stream, it is. Dead of Night. Yeah, I love Dungeons of World PvP. I only raid and do Battlegrounds for the gear. Fair enough. Tonic rating is the best loot. Yeah. Well, that's what I always heard, was PvE gear was always best in slot for PvP gear. Or people just wrecked people because the PvE gear was better than the PvP gear. Again, yeah, that's an incentive to do it, but, I'd love to have Tonic. If you want to come on, man, I got $20 waiting on the line. I'm giving it away. I'm trying to give away $20 Amazon gift cards. So if you want to come on, give a 5-minute talk on it, change my mind. But I'll get into it a little bit. I think we're gonna start. I'm actually gonna go over the Classic WoW leveling guide that just came out literally an hour ago. Some of the guys over at ClassicWoW.live, Navik and Egregious. Navik streams, but Egregious, these guys are more behind the scenes. They don't have a presence in the community right now, but man, since Classic got announced, they've been putting together this leveling guide, and it's absolutely fire. Ale, the website designer for ClassicWoW.live, just got it out in time for the stress test, so we're going to look at that real quick on stream, just to give it some love. It's really cool stuff if y'all haven't seen it yet. Last Good Deed, yo, good topic. Yeah, I'm excited, Last Good Deed. I'm hoping that I get some people in here that want 20 bucks and have a lot of experience with raiding. You don't have to have a lot of experience, but if you have a love, a passion for it, something that I don't have, come in here and let's talk about it. But anyways, guys, before we get started, I do want to show you this. I'm not going to stall too long because I want to get right into it. Got a link? Yeah, I do. Absolutely. Got it right here. I'm gonna pull it up, but here's the link for everybody that's watching. Check this out. This was big time today, guys. On our ClassicWoW.live website, Ale just got this thing out. Navik and Egregious put together the leveling guide. Ale implemented it into the site in time for the stress test tomorrow. And here it is in the chat. Check this out, guys. Alright, give me a second. I'm still new to this. Still figuring it out. Alright, guys. So check it out. Go to ClassicWoW.live. You got tabs at the top. And I'll just do a quick preview. Man, no I won't. I'm going to show you the leveling guide. Check. ClassicWoW.live. 1 to 60 leveling guide. Right now, it's only implemented 1 to 15. Guys, whatever race, class you are, they have a specific guide designed for you. They have class quests implemented. They actually have profession quests implemented into this thing as well. And it can be solo, duo, or trio leveling. Check this out. Choose your faction and group size. Okay, yes please. Well, I'm going Horde. Ooh, solo, duo, trio? I'm going duo. Alright, check this out. We got Horde, duo, choose your race and class. So I'm going to be Tauren Druid, come launch. My buddy, Quick Player, he's going to be Tauren... Oh my gosh, I swear he's Warrior. I don't think he's Shaman. But, still haven't talked to him. I think we're going to level tomorrow. But anyways, you put in your stats, hit start leveling, check it out, man. It's not terrible. This is a really rough copy. They're going to, in the next 2.5 weeks, they're actually going to change things up a lot. I've already seen a lot of feedback on the Reddit post that they put it up on. But yeah, I mean, it takes you step by step. Now, what I really like about it, these guys, you got to keep in mind that Navik and Egregious have been... They went through every class and race, all the zones, all the quests, and one thing that they did really well is they showed these grinding spots. So I mean, at first I wasn't. I've looked through it through a couple different classes, and through Tauren Druid, I already know the 1 to 10 starting zone, what it's going to be like. But one thing I really liked that they notated was these grinding spots. Like right before you hit level 4. Or complete this quest, they tell you got to grind to a certain amount so that by the time you turn in the quest, but once you go back to Camp Narachi, you're going to hit level 4, you can train your abilities, and then you can move on to the next place. So they have a lot of key points like that where they give you the exact number to grind the XP out to the next level. Anyways, these guys, like I said, have been working on it for 2 years, so I mean, I think it's in depth as it can get. They were telling me, if you follow this guide, you should get level 60 in like 4 days playtime. Now, check this out. Navik, he got in on the stress test like an hour after the stress test went live. So he actually got in on the first day, within the first hour, and he hit level 30 as a warrior on the Horde side. He was the first level 30 character, and he rolled solo warrior, one of the hardest classes to level, and he followed this guide specifically. He was an orc warrior, by the way. So, if anybody's interested in... If anybody's going to be rolling an Orc Warrior, I mean, the guide held up to the test, like on the Classic WoW stress test. So, anyways, really interesting stuff. They show you step by step. It's like I said, it's still in beta. It's still a rough copy. Hopefully, we're gonna get a lot of people testing it tomorrow on the stress test. And like I said, it only goes up to level 15 as of now for every single class and race, but it's gonna be worked on more. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you that. Check this out. Next thing I wanted to talk about before we got into it was the Classical Diary that I got yesterday. I'm absolutely digging it. I read the first chapter. It was over like what was the title of it? Why MMOs are so hard to create or something like that. Could have just looked at the index, but we do things differently over here. Why MMOs are so difficult to create. I started off with chapter 1. I'm absolutely hooked. If I had more time, I would read through it. It took me an hour to read the first chapter. But, yeah, why MMOs are so difficult to create. And, man, it was really neat, and it kind of made me sad, but it also, like, it made me sad because we're never gonna see WoW again. Whenever people talk about how Classic was a perfect storm, how it was just kind of dumb luck that it got put together. Dude, after reading this guy's comments and seeing how it all came together, I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to see it again. Let me get the chat up, and then we'll be good. Ivan never rated in vanilla, but I rated in TBC. Big difference for me was that I burned out quicker. In vanilla, I just did all the high-level dungeons for those cool rare sets. Loved it. So what's up, Ivan? What's up, Goat? Good to see you in here. Fucking Google. So this is out now? Was waiting for it. Yeah. The leveling guide is out now. Like I said, it's going to be 1 to 15 for the stress test. It looks really good. It looks really good. I've been clicking through it the last hour. It literally just went out an hour and a half ago. Ivan, what happened to read the quest text and join the adventure that questing and leveling is? Or is that just me? No, Ivan, I'm with you 1000%. The thing is, and it's... there's a demand for it. People want a leveling guide. That's the reality. And this gives them something to do. Navic and Egregious. Now, they're not just doing it for the money, guys. There's another motive behind creating a guide like this. And I feel like I fall in the same footsteps as Navic and Egregious putting this together. They're building a portfolio, basically. So I'm creating this 3-man dungeon meta, and I feel like whenever I first started making videos on YouTube, dude, I was really against it because I felt as if exposing all this information and making guides really went against what vanilla WoW is all about, you know, discovery and figuring things out on your own. And so I've had to walk this fine line of how I create content on YouTube. I'm totally with you, though. Like, one thing that I try to do, like, to alleviate giving out so much information on my YouTube videos, like for my dungeon guides, take for instance, I only show you how to pick up the quest at the beginning. I like to get into the dungeon. I don't show you how to complete it. I don't show you where to turn it in necessarily. You still have to read the quest text to complete it. But the guide ensures that you get to experience the game in the fullest by completing all these quests. So that's one way I can compromise, like making guides for everybody instead of just spoiling the adventure. That's one way I can do it. But guys, ultimately, like what it came down to for me, to be able to play Classic whenever it was announced, I'm kind of at a point in my life where I gotta grow up, I gotta get a job, I gotta do something. If I wanted to relive the dream, if I wanted to be able to even play Classic WoW as much as I wanted to, I'd have to try and make it a job. So that's kind of why I did YouTube, and the reality is people want guides, people want this kind of entertainment, and it may not be something that I necessarily want to do, but there's a demand for it. And so it's kind of like the leveling guide for Navic and Egregious. That may not be like where they want to put all their work and effort into one thing, but there's a huge demand for leveling guides. That it just is. People want quest helper. People want the most efficient route. People want to get to 1 to 60 as quickly as possible. Now, they may not know any better, but that's just the reality. So, I don't know. I'm all about taking your time and smelling the roses, though, Ivan. But like I said, the leveling guide, there's a lot of people that want it, so it's a neat thing. Last good D, I agree, Ivan. I'm going to immerse myself and enjoy leveling. Absolutely. Probably going to do both myself. Yeah, so here's the thing. I've talked about this in the past, guys. Week 1, I'm going hard. I'm going balls to the wall, 1 to 60. within 5 to 6 days, just because of how unique of an experience it is. I'm not going to miss out on this. Guys, you can take your time and level up slow later. Granted, your first time back, yeah, it would be awesome to take your time and go slow, but I don't know. I kind of want to have a chance at being a part of that week 1 MC clear. I want to have a chance at raiding these empty cities on the other faction. I want to have a chance at ganking lower level, mid-level zones against the other faction for like a week. That's just such a unique experience. So I'm speed leveling 1 to 60, but guys, I've got huge plans. I'm gonna level a druid. I'm gonna speed level because I'm role playing and I'm doing this whole thing for the stream as a druid. But I love leveling and playing so slow. I love leveling slow so much that I'm leveling a druid as my 3rd character, and my first official real character, where I take it slow. I level through all the zones. I complete all the quests. I do all my professions while I'm leveling up. So I like taking it slow and leveling myself, Ivan. Love your mindset about this? It's interesting. I mean, I'm in an interesting position, seriously. The reason, like, seriously, the reason I started making content is because I wanted to play the game. I mean, it was the only way I was going to get to play the game. Can't have a full-time job and be able to play classic WoW and achieve all my dreams. Now, granted, you got to remember this 22-year-old kid thinking, right? And my earliest remembrance is playing Vanilla WoW as a 9-year-old, and I never got to achieve anything in Vanilla WoW. So it's like, I really almost feel like I've never even played the game. Even though I did, I never got to experience it. And so this is a big deal, as I know it is for everybody, but this is a big deal for me. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. But yeah, guys, I don't want to... Let's cut to the chase. I don't want to waste too much more time. Today's topic is raiding sucks. Change my mind. GD Barbados, thanks for the follow. But yeah, guys, we got a $20 Amazon gift card on the line. If you want to come on, I know that the layout is kind of cringe if you're just now joining. Don't be intimidated. You don't even have to have your face cam on. I've had a lot of people in the last week just come on audio, and it's been great. We've had great discussions. You can come on for 5 to 10 minutes and talk about the topic of the day. And I'll kind of give an introduction, maybe something for you guys to chew on. The first contestant, whoever wants to come on, guys, hit me up in Discord. You can shoot me a message in the DMs. You can hit ! Discord in the chat, and it should send you to my Discord. If not, I'll send you a link. But I'll give my spiel, and then I'll hand it over to you guys. Whoever wants to get on this $20 Amazon gift card, it should be a good time. Thanks for joining everybody that's chilling right now and listening in on the stream. Let me see if I can get this invite going, and then I'll give you guys my 2 cents. Alright, we're gonna go. Oh. Invites. Create one good time. Alright, there we go. Alright, guys. Alright, later, Cameron. See you, man. So your first and third tunes will be Druid? Yeah, my first and third tunes are going to be Druid. Just because the first one's got to be Druid. I want to experience the 1 to 60 grind as a Druid. I think my second one's going to be a Mage for various reasons. And then third one, by week 8, I'm going to take it slow and level up my real Druid this time. Talix, wow, I level slow regardless because I have ADHD and get distracted by shiny things, lol. Sounds like 9-year-old me, man. You put a 9, 10-year-old in this game, at least back in the day, dude, they didn't have a chance. I didn't have ADHD, but I wall jumped and just explored everywhere I could go. I wonder how 9 and 10-year-olds would match up nowadays, just with their exposure to video games. And you think they're more advanced? Like, they wouldn't be as taken away by like a massive world such as World of Warcraft. It'd be more like, all right, let's get to the chase, let's get to the point. Vogelhund, Dire Maul gear is good enough for me. Vogelhund, good to see you in here, bro. Hope you can get on in this discussion, at least through the chat, if not the call. Go, I gotta miss today's stream, have fun. Alright, later, go. Thanks for tuning in, man. Vogelhund on Dungeon Set 2. You know, one thing I'm really excited about is the tier 0.5 Dungeon Set gear. I'm really excited about that, just because of, not even for the gear necessarily, and I don't even think it's that good, but just the quest lines and the achievement. And like the additional bosses that you summon, like whenever you do these quests, you summon these secret bosses that drop specific gear. It's not even the tier 0.5 gear, but it's this weird loot. Anyways, I like weird things like that. Imza, what role will you raid as? Ooh, Imza, actually. And that's a good point. And okay, we're going to get around to it. Thank you for asking that question, Imza, because you're going to get this discussion rolling. Oh, Cameron Sands. All right, good. I'm glad you're staying in here. Get this. I'm actually going to be in a Raid 3 group in our guild, so it's going to be a little bit more casual, and it's allowing me to play Feral Druid as a tank, baby. I'm going to be tanking, off-tanking. One of my main tanks is Hypnotic Bud. He's going to be a warrior. But, yeah, I'm actually going to be an off-tank as a Feral Druid. I'm super stoked. I've never raided in vanilla. Didn't do it on private servers. Didn't do it back in the day either. So, it's going to be a completely new experience to me. But I'm telling you, I don't know why. And it's partly due because of the fact that I've never done it. But I've kind of seen the appeal. Granted, I haven't been a part of it, but I've watched it. I don't get it. I do not get raiding. I don't get why, and I kid you not, like in my guild, in my Discord, people have been like, man, I can't wait to raid 5, 6, 7 nights a week. Like, this is gonna be sick. Speed raiding. Like, people want to min-max clearing these bosses as quickly as possible. I don't get it. I don't get it. If anybody's a speedrunner, come into the call, please. Tell us all. Enlighten us all, I should say. That's the best questline in the game, Dead of Night, the tier 0.5 gear? I hope so. I got it back in vanilla. You can use those summoning items forever as well. Jeff O meme spec? It's a bear off tank represent. Yeah, dude. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I think that'll give me a unique experience for raiding. If I was just a DPS, and see, that's the other thing. If I was just a DPS in these 40-man raids, I don't know how I would feel about it. I think it'd be really boring. I think I'd just be another number. I think I'd just be a part of the group. Now, it's cool. There is camaraderie. It's like playing on a football team. You got 40 people together. You know, team of 11. You got 20, 30, 40 guys that play football together. I can see that being as rating. There's something valuable about coming together as a group. You know, not everybody's the quarterback. Not everybody is the superstar, the main tank, the off tank, the heals, right? Maybe you're just a second to last DPS in the group. And you're the kid that sits on the bench and you just like being around everybody. You know, maybe that's the satisfaction you get out of raiding. But even if I was the main tank and I was going for Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker, if that even goes to the main tank, right? I don't know how engaged I'd be into raiding. Go on chasing after tier sets. You know, I see value in that. I see people wanting to raid to get a full tier set. I can see how that would be interesting. You got to go through all the different raids for what, a year and a half's worth of time after all the phases come out to eventually achieve that full set. I can see the incentive there. But I'm gonna off tank, and I'm really excited about doing that. But I don't anticipate doing this for more than 6 to 8 hours a week. I don't know. There's so many other things that I want to do inside of the game. Other than hitting level cap and getting together with the boys. See, and here's the other thing. This is what I think too. I'm not just talking about my general experience, but a 40-man raid in general, for people that don't have all the time in the world, and they only have 10 to 20 hours a week, dude, it takes 8 to 12 to 15 hours a week just to raid, right? And so once you hit level cap, I mean, that ends up being your objective, your goal for the next 6 months to a year. You know, you raid with all the new phases coming out. Maybe you farm consumables on the little bit of time that you have each week, and maybe you level up in alt, you know? But that sounds like a really boring experience to me. I'd rather be leveling alts. I'd rather be going through quest lines. I'd rather be twinking. I'd rather be doing battlegrounds. Maybe people that like raiding a lot are involved in in-game PvP. See, that's the other thing. I'm not really that excited about in-game PvP as well. So I'm talking these thoughts out, guys. You can see my point of view as you're watching the stream, and I'm starting to shape my own point of view myself. But I really, again, I haven't done these things, but maybe it's because as a 9-year-old, that's not what hooked me into the game. It wasn't in-game PvP, it wasn't in-game raiding. Obviously, because I never got there, I'm sure it would have been badass. Oh, dude, if I would have been doing 40-man raiding back in the day, back in 2005, 2006, you know, I would have gone to school. I'd have been bragging to all my friends, dude, we got 40 people together. Dude, I used to brag to my friends about raiding in vanilla WoW when I was 10, 11 years old, and I didn't even raid. I was like, yeah, dude, you get 40 people together, and you kill these sick bosses. Dude, I always show them the dramatic Ragnaros kill. We didn't even have YouTube back then. Nowadays, like, I'm trying to think if I even showed him that. maybe if I went over to one of their houses, and I showed them that dramatic rag kill. But I showed people that a couple times once we got iPhones whenever I got into high school. But yeah, so do you guys kind of get why I don't like why I don't think raiding sounds that fun? If anybody likes raiding, please come in the chat. Don't stand me up. I got $20 on the line. I'm trying to give it away. I'm trying to get people on. And I'd love to hear your opinion. It would spark some good discussion once you have a couple talking points. We can kind of turn it into interview mode. I'll ask you a few questions. It'll be good for the stream. And you'll possibly get a $20 Amazon gift card at the end of it. But yeah, if anybody wants to come on and talk about it, check my DM. Shoot me a DM in the Discord. I don't think we have anybody up right now. But I'll catch up with the chat a little bit. Cameron Sands, you're gonna love tanking, druid tanking. It was my favorite spec for raids in BC and Lich King. I wonder how much different it is in vanilla. Vogelhund, my only raid in vanilla was Ubers. Ooh, Vogel, so you're gonna pop the cherry just as well, just like me. Upper Blackrock Spire is only 5 man. I know they consider that or Upper Blackrock Spire. Yeah, it's only 5. It's only I thought that was dungeon content. I know they consider like Ubers and Lubers raid content, but I always thought raiding was 20 or 40 man. Dead of Night Mage Weapon. Imza, you have to consider a raid as a team. Beating Cthulhu finally after 50 wipes and getting your items is a big rush and bragging rights. Imza, see? I understand that. Imza, you have to consider... Okay. Right. Right, but... After... That's the thing. I'm going to do this once. I'm going to go through... I'm going to kill Rag a couple times. Just because we're going to have to gear people up. I'm going to kill Cthulhu for the first time. That's going to be badass. We're going to get through Naxxramas. And we're going to kill... We're going to kill the last boss of Naxxramas. And it's going to be cool. But again, this is why people want additional content, because the raiding just gets stale, right? It doesn't last very long. Maybe that's another reason why I don't like the 40-man raid setup in Vanilla WoW. People always want something new. I mean, if it was in-game PvP, they always talk about how PvP is redundant. It sticks around. You can level new classes. PvP is a lot more engaging. It's a lot more redundant, if you could say, than raiding is. At level 60, at least. I don't know. Ivan, did anyone say Thunderfury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? Dead of Night, 20-man raiding is more fun. I'm interested to see how few people can do ZG. I think I'll like the 20-man raiding content. I think I'll like 20-man a lot more than 40-man, and I'll talk on this a little bit, guys. First of all, I gotta say this up front. Dungeons in Vanilla WoW are my shit. Dude, I love dungeons. I love the 5-man group compositions. It's kind of one of the things that I fell in love with, as did everyone else in Vanilla WoW. Whether it was Dead Mines as your first run, Wailing Caverns, some of the most iconic dungeons, right? They really hold a special place in my heart. The 5-man group composition. I just love the idea of coming into a group with 5 people. You have an objective. You've got multiple bosses. Granted, it's on a much smaller scale, so like the impact you have on the group is much greater than a 40-man group. You can actually see it. You can see the damage that you're outputting. You can see the heals that you're doing make an impact. You can see the tanking that you pull off make an impact in a 5-man group. Just in 40-man, it's washed out a lot more. You don't... Now, like I said, I know 40-man you see it as a team, right? This is a team effort. It's a big football team, but a 5-man team is an even greater effort. I feel like you create a greater bond with 4 other people than you do with 39 other people. You might have 10 guys in there, 20 guys that you really love in your raid group, but then you got another 20 guys that you really don't care about, that you really don't know. And so, dungeon content, I don't know, like, and I like the fact that what you do in dungeons makes a much bigger difference. Guys, like in dungeons, especially as a druid, I'm going to be playing a druid in Vanilla WoW solely because I like dungeons so much. It just goes well with the gameplay and the way I want to play the game. But like as a druid, I can pull off crazy plays in 5-man dungeon content. Like if we pull extra mobs, I can get out of bear form, you know, throw roots if we're outside. I can throw heals on extra people, and then I can get back into bear form, pick up the extra adds. I can do all these different things and save the group just as one player. You can't really do that in a raiding environment. Maybe as an off tank, I'll be able to pull off some cool things like that. But again, the point is, I feel like the 5-man dungeon content is a lot more engaging. I see results a lot more. It's a lot more gratifying. It's a lot more. The 5-man dungeon content is a lot more gratifying. Screw the big scale thing, like screw in-game best in slot gear. And that's great. There's something to that, but it's all about the experience. Like they talk about Classic WoW is all about your community. I get a lot more out of a 5-man group. I get a lot more out of clearing Shadowfang Keep. Dude, and that's why I'm creating a 3-man dungeon meta to make these dungeons hard again. To create a new play mode. To create new game mechanics that you have to play around. In the 5-man dungeon content that I loved, and make those bonds even stronger. Can you imagine going deep with 2 guys like me? I'm thinking about it right now. Me, Cargos, and Navik. Like, I'm going to be so tight with these people after running a couple 3-man dungeon speed runs and pulling off some crazy things. Like, we did it in private servers a little bit, and I've talked about this before, but, like, Cargos pulled off, I mean, he pulled off a really cool achievement that I don't think is going to work on Classic, but he did it as a shaman. He just kited one of the end bosses in Wailing Caverns. It was kind of cool. But anyways, I'm just going on a tangent. Guys, if you want to join, like I said, I got tears running down my face, man. I don't want to be stood up. Somebody tell me why raiding is so great. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I know there's raiding fanatics out there. Come on to the chat. You got a chance for a $20 Amazon gift card. Hey, man, up to this point, it looks like you're going to be the only one. So if anybody wants to get on, join the Discord. Hit me up in the DMs, and I'll pull you into chat. Well, I think I got... Ooh, I got somebody in. We're going to have our first one. We're going to catch up on the chat, then we're going to pull in my man, Dead of Night. Fellow Raider, actually. He's in our Raid 3 group. And we'll see what he has to say. But, Ivan, good luck with the stream, Grays. My connection's not good. I'm going to have to go to another local beer and enjoy this fine evening at the border to Nairobi National Park. Hey, Ivan, I know you're out, man. I appreciate you commenting on all my vids, being active in the community. Good to see you, man. Kurzoon, my only raid in vanilla was Hogger. That's what's up. That's what's up, dude. I guess if you consider that rating, I do like rating. No. The Angry Viking sneaking on at work. Hey, what's up, Thor? What's good, Thor? Cameron Sands, yeah, I don't know about vanilla. I never got a chance. The closest thing was when they re-released Nax and Lich King. I would tank that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm interested to see what Feral off tanking is going to bring. I'm super stoked that I'm in a position where I'm going to be able to do that. I could talk on that too. I can talk. Anyways. The Angry Viking. Unpopular opinion of mine. I think they should have turned 40-man raids in to be 20-man raids for Classic. Well, they never did 40-man raids again, right? It's kind of a novelty thing. So, I think you're probably right, but it just goes along with Classic 40-man raids. It was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. They never did it again because they realized it probably wasn't the best. And, you know, people always talk about it like... And that goes with part of the reason that I don't like it is you don't necessarily need 40 solid people to, like, make a great impact on the raid to clear it. It's more of just getting 40 people doing the same thing, showing up on time for a raid night, not standing in the fire, getting out of the fire, and just not dying, not wiping as a group. That was more of a challenge, having everybody coordinated than it was actually pulling off some crazy game mechanics. But I can get it inside. Like I said, you can make the raiding environment harder. You can make raiding more of an achievement, depending on how much you min-max, depending on what you allow to a raid. And that's kind of what I'm excited about our Raid 3 group dynamic. We have experienced players that are allowing us to bring in meme specs. You can play whatever you want. Not meme specs, but I'm going to be freaking off-tanking as a Feral Druid. I've never tanked before, right? And they're allowing that. So I'm hoping that this added difficulty is going to create a greater sense of achievement in the raiding environment. Guys, whenever I think of raiding, this is what I think about. I think about the private servers that have 20 warriors, 10 mages, and the rest healers. I know that's exaggerated, but literally, like 15 warriors, 10 mages, and then whoever else fills in the spots. And just speed running raids and just clearing content just to do it. Now, people love that, and some people like that, and that's great. Everybody likes something different. But that's what I think of whenever I think of raiding in vanilla WoW. Everybody wants to min-max it. Like, in our Raid 1 and Raid 2 groups, all these people know the raid fights. And if you've already done this before, guys, this game's 15 years old. You had a chance to play it back in vanilla. You had a chance to do it on private servers. If you've already played through the content, that's the position that you're in. Great. You got to do things differently. You got to speedrun raids to make it interesting again. Fantastic. But like, if I was to be thrown into that environment, and really if I was just to be thrown into a server environment with a lot of other people, I think it'd be hard for me to find groups of people that aren't going to be able to experience it like I am in this raid 3 environment with experienced people that are also going to have like a handful of people that, you know, haven't necessarily cleared all these raids. I don't know. I think it's going to make my raiding environment a little bit better. Let's see. I'm going to get through this and I'm going to get Dead of Night on. I'm not going to keep him waiting any longer. My bad. My bad, Dead of Night. Amza, raiding is only one part of the game. Only playing one part of the game will become stale. Personally, I'm going to roleplay as well, making alts. Amza, I hope we link up, because watch me on Twitch, man. I'm telling you, for everybody that's watching right now, if you want to see roleplaying, I've got some things planned literally for the entire first week. We're going to be going hard. I got the whole costume. Volgahund, you can do stealth runs. Ooh, that'd be fun. You know, one thing I'd really like to do is, I've seen it before, the 40-man druid clear of Anixia, right? That was kind of interesting. I'd like to see some content like that. I'd like to be a part of that. Necro George, yo, what's good, Necro? Good to see you. Campy and Black, I think raids are more epic for the same reason the massive world PvP battles are. Just because it's a conglomerate of people getting together. That's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's the novelty. I think the novelty's the most attractive thing out of anything. Thor, I know it was a vanilla thing, but it's unrealistic these days with the lack of subs compared to Classic. Eventually, MC will require only 20? Huh? I kind of get what you're saying. You're saying, like, in retail, why they can't do 40-man content. Yeah. Volgahund, raiding feels like gambling to me? You gotta elaborate on that. Why does it feel like gambling? You just never know what you're gonna get? Not Sid? Yo, were you in the Navy? Funny story. No, absolutely not. I'm not going to claim anything. I'm 22 years old. When I was 17, 18, I was crazy enough. I'm not saying anybody that's in the Navy and in the military is crazy. Because if you are, you know, thank you. For everybody, thank you for your support. I know that I got some Navy people in here. But I know my position, like my parents were going to pay for my school and my college. And I was in a position where I didn't have to necessarily go to college. But I was like, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to just work. I want to do something with my life, right? So I want to go to the Marines. So I was a big, bad 17-year-old thinking I want to go to the Marines. Luckily, I had like a shoulder injury, another complication that kind of kept me out of it. I swear, dude, I was sworn in myself. Thinking back on it now, I can't believe I was that crazy thinking I was gonna do it. That's a big life decision, but no, absolutely not. If I would have been, it would have been tight. It would have been a cool experience. But yeah, not Sid. Were you in the Navy? Like I said, I know I got a couple military people in here. Again, mad respect. Mad respect. Seriously. Volgahund, yes. You never know what you're gonna get. Yo, I'm gonna get Dead of Night in here, guys, and we're gonna talk a little bit of raiding in vanilla WoW. Hopefully this will spark some discussion. Will be the icebreaker for today. Guys, we got a $20 Amazon gift card on the line. Does nobody have new equipment they gotta buy on Amazon? You can buy anything on Amazon. Hot Pockets. Probably Uber Eats you can buy with Amazon. Can't you? Aren't they a part of Amazon? Anyways, y'all gotta get ready for Classic WoW. Alright, I'm gonna pull Dead of Night in here if he's still here. We're gonna get a voice call going with him. And it should be a good time. It should be a good time. Thanks for everybody that's been chilling up to this point. I hope we get this discussion kicked off with this first call. Man, I'm really wanting some spicy stuff, man. I got some more people in here. I want to hear some more controversial opinions, some rebuttals to my maybe to some of my points. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, first contestant on Classic WoW Speed Dating episode 7. Rating sucks, change my mind. We'll see if that happens or not. I don't know if Dead of Night's going with that approach. He's already had a preemptive statement. I think he's more along the lines with me, but nonetheless, he's filling in the spot. He's making me feel welcome. He's making me feel not forever alone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dead of Night to the stream. What's up, Dead?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good to see you, man.
It's funny you mentioned the Marine Corps, because that's what interrupted my WoW.
No, so did you play vanilla? You got introduced into vanilla and then you got shipped out in the Marines, or what? What happened with you?
So I played all through vanilla,
Yeah,
and then TBC came out, and I was like broke. I was
for
almost
sure,
homeless at the time.
for
I
sure.
joined the Marine Corps, and like 4 days later, I was in boot camp, and this was around the time that TBC just launched, and
Damn.
yeah, I was in training for most of TBC, so that's the one I missed out on the.
For sure. No, I mean, you know what? It's not all bad. I bet the Marine Corps. How was it, dude? Real quick, this is a speed dating show. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how was your experience? That's probably. I don't think you can rate it on the 1 to 10 scale, but just real briefly, how was it in the Marines, dude?
Well, I'm still in, so
Oh
uh,
shit.
yeah, I've been in for almost 13 years now, and
Wow.
um, I mean, it's as far as gaming goes, it's been up and down because you don't always have the best internet. I was in Japan, had like the worst latencies.
Yo, so is it true? Like, I swear, everybody. I don't know if I saw pictures of this or it was like an internet phenomenon, but I felt like, oh, and like even my friend that went into the army, he was a big WoW player, and he talked about how he'd play WoW whenever he was in different areas, like not necessarily on duty, but like whenever they had some off time and they were out in other. They weren't back home. They were still playing WoW. Like, I feel like a lot of military people played World of Warcraft, or maybe WoW was just that widespread. And there's a lot of military freaking people in the United States, so there's bound to be a handful of WoW players, right? But is it true? Were there a lot of WoW military players?
I mean, I had a whole bunch of them that I worked with, and I got them in my guild. I actually kind of formed a guild with my buddies that I.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and I mean, it depends on what your job is and what you're doing at the time. Cause like I wasn't deployed. I wasn't playing it while I was like in the dirt. I was playing it while I was in the barracks, and I had basically like a 9 to 5 job
Yeah.
where I was a maintenance technician for air traffic control,
Yeah.
and uh, my, they're all smart guys that get into that job field, and we're all nerds. We get out of work, we go back to the barracks and play video games. And
For sure.
when Wrath of the Lich King came out, I was like, because I kind of felt like in TBC I was kind of lost in the sauce. Like everybody knew more than me, and I
Right.
came in so late. you know. So when Wrath of the Lich King came out, I was like, this is my opportunity to like start something
Right.
and start it off right. And I wanted to be a leader. I wanted to create my own guild, and I wanted to not miss anything. I wanted to be in all those raids. I wanted to be in
Right.
uh, killing the Lich King,
For sure.
because that was like the ultimate villain. Like, who doesn't want to kill the Lich King?
Right. So check this out, Dead Knight. You had experience, it sounds like, with raiding pretty much in Wrath of the Lich King. Did you do a lot of raiding in Vanilla WoW?
So I was in a semi-casual guild. I mean, we raided, but we didn't start raiding until ZG came out,
Right,
because
okay.
we just couldn't get people together.
For sure.
And once we got ZG down, then we got with another group that was another guild that was kind of like us, and we, tag teamed it. And
Well, Classic WoW was hard back in the day, man. It was hard to get a group together. So, the topic of the day was raiding sucks. Changed my mind. I kind of gave my spiel on it. I know that you. It sounds like you don't necessarily like raiding as much as the next person, or as much as some people that I kind of want to get their opinion on here. But like, give me your opinion on raiding overall. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you like other than raiding? What is your in-game content? It may not even be in-game PvP. It may just you like the leveling process. How does raiding scale with how you like to enjoy the rest of the game?
well, the way I see raiding is like, I want to be the hero. You go from zero to hero, so I wanted to be like, get the best gear, and then you go back to the dungeons and you like basically carry the group and be a badass. And the biggest thing for me in raids is not the content itself, but the
Right.
progression of your group. So
Right.
starting a raiding guild from scratch, I went from recruiting a bunch of scrubs because all the good players were in, high-end raiding guilds, and taking them and seeing us practice and evolve
Sure.
until we're able to have a raid on farm, have Ice Crown Citadel on farm.
For sure.
Like that was a very fulfilling thing for me. So
For sure.
even though it was not always fun, I
Right.
wouldn't say it was always fun. It was still rewarding, and that's kind of how classic is. You
Mm.
know, you work harder, it's more frustrating, you die
Mm.
more, but it's more rewarding in the end.
You know what? Maybe I'll start to understand it. And check this out, guys. For everyone that's on right now, I got Dead of Night on. He's in the Raid 3 group in our Invictus Invicta guild. So it's really neat to have him on and get to talk to him about raiding. And you talk about, the sense of achievement that you get progressing through content as a group, getting the raid down on farm. So I was thinking, like, after the first couple raids, the first couple weeks in MC, we gear up. It's gonna become lackluster to me. It's gonna grow kind of old to me, and so maybe I'll get on board though, and maybe I'll understand, like, in phase 2, phase 3, whenever all these additional raids begin to come out in these phases, and we're trying to blow through raid content. It's not the main thing that you do every week, but it's something that you have to do in preparation for raids coming out in the future. Maybe I'll find a sense of achievement in that. Well, the faster we can clear MC, the faster we can gear everybody up, the faster I can do my other things. Maybe I'll find a love for it there. Again, it's hard for me to talk on it too much just because I haven't necessarily experienced it yet. But I don't see myself loving it. Again, man, guys, for anybody that's in the chat right now, we're doing $20 Amazon gift card giveaways for the best contestant that talks today. Dead of Night's my first guy talking about raiding. I know there's some raiding fanatics out there. Don't be scared. I'm dogging it, guys. I've never even freaking raided in vanilla. What do I know, right? And so if anybody has the bug, has the itch, I'd love for you to come on and voice your opinion on it. But yeah, Dead of Night. What do you, what's going to be different about raiding this time for you? Are you going to, because you said you didn't raid until ZG, are you looking forward to being able to clear MC as efficiently as possible, like week 5, like we're going to in a group? Is that going to be fun for you? What are you going to do in game other than raiding?
Honestly, I feel like the raiding, to me, it's more of us as a guild getting together and having fun together. And I think that's the attitude that Raid 3 has more
Gotcha.
than anything else.
Gotcha.
And that's what I look forward to.
Great
I
point.
mean, if you get into the high end stuff, like only one person's talking over Discord,
Right.
and and they say keep the chatter to a minimum, and I'm
Right.
sure there's gonna be some of that in the beginning because it'll be frustrating if it's not. But
Right.
I look forward to it becoming more relaxed as we all get better at it.
You know what? That was a fantastic answer, Dead of Night, and something I don't really consider, and something that I'm really excited about achieving. I did watch our guild, Hypnotic Bud. He did the run through last night. Man, tensions were high, dude. People were messing up. They were wiping the raid. People were pissed. I heard some of the leaders, shut the hell up, quiet. Yeah, and then people just quit telling jokes halfway through the pool. Be focused, and yeah, that's not necessarily the environment I want to be in. But some people like that. But I really like Dead of Night how you spelled that out. I'm seeing it as a community event. Coming together, it's a community event. The guild, the raid gets to come together and enjoy each other's company. And that's what raiding does. So I'm so looking forward to that as well, because there's not always, like, I plan on doing community events. I plan on doing these 3-man dungeon meta runs. I plan on doing like weekend things, dueling kind of things. But there's nothing that brings together 40 people together on one objective quite as well as raiding does, right? So, there's a lot for me to uncover, and I love that you pointed that out. I've heard it before, but I haven't. It's nice to hear it reiterated. Paul Simon, raiding is life. Paul Simon, come into the chat, man. Come into the chat and talk about it. You'll have a chance at a $20 Amazon gift card. I'd love. Me and everybody else on the stream right now would love to hear your opinion. But no, yeah, Dead of Night, you are absolutely right. I like that. I like that a lot. Dead of Night, I think we're gonna drop and try and get into the next call, but I really appreciate you coming on. I'm trying to get people in quicker on these streams. As we get closer to Classic WoW launch, I want to see people in on like a 5-10 minute intervals. But no, Dead of Night, thank you so much for sharing and being a part of the stream today. Seriously, and making it what it is. The stream doesn't happen unless you guys get on, so I really appreciate you volunteering your time.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Dead of Night. I'll see you in the Discord, I'm sure. I'll see you on the stream. I appreciate you tuning in and being a part of it. We'll see you, man.
All right, catch you later.
Later, Dead. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dead of Night. One of the OG members. I'm going to be raiding with this dude in a couple weeks. I'm stoked. How many of you guys are ready for Classic WoW coming out? Tony T. Paul, Simon, Necro, George. I never raided in vanilla. Watched my brother raid, though. Dunedane, sup, Gray? It's been a while since I caught you streaming. Yeah, Dunedane, I've been trying something out new. I've been trying to do this speed dating thing to no avail. No, it's been good. We've been giving out some monies. We've had some winners lately. Today's topic is supposed to be a little bit spicy. Dunedane, you want to come tell me why raiding is so great? Because I think it sucks. And I need someone to come tell me why it doesn't suck. Come get on the voice chat. You don't even have to put the face cam on for 5 minutes. And you got a chance at a $20 Amazon gift card. Negro George, you watched your brother raid though? See, it was weird. I was 6 years younger than my brother, but I actually progressed further in vanilla WoW than my brother did. I don't know if he was more busy in real life, or what his deal was. He was more interested in basketball, but that's the guy. I love talking about my brother, and I just love the story. My brother spent months in the Barrens. The dude spent literally 3 months leveling in the Barrens as a druid. It's hilarious. That's what I think of whenever I think of vanilla WoW. I saw some VODs, yeah, they're kind of cringe. A couple of these VODs were cringe. Oh, you want to get in on this? Dunedane, hell yeah, dude. Like I said, man, you're gonna keep me from getting stood up, and it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have some more people on my speed dating stream. We actually got a lot more viewers today than I normally do, and not as many people want to participate, but that's okay. I don't ask you to come in and participate. All I ask is that you enjoy the stream. I appreciate everyone that's talking it up in the chat. Dunedane, yeah, if you're serious, man, let me call you on the Discord and we'll get this thing going. I'd love to get to chat it up with the Dunedane himself. We haven't talked in a long time, actually. Like a couple months, man. I feel like the last time since I got on GMA. Dude, if you're ready, I'm calling you right now. I hope it's not rude. Oh, grab a microphone? Alright, yeah, just answer whatever. Necro George, I was 11 though, and I didn't play EverQuest 2 back then. Ladies and gentlemen, second contestant on the stream. Classic WoW episode 7. Rating sucks, changed my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Mr. Dunedane himself. GMA.
Can you hear me?
Oh, can I hear you? Absolutely. I'm about to turn you down.
Okay.
Oh, you're good, man. What's up, Dunedane?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
It's good. It's good to hear from you, man.
I'm happy to see you stream. I saw a few of the VODs and I thought I should catch you live. And
For sure.
Yeah, it just showed on my phone. So
hey, and not only did you catch me live, you're participating, man. 10 out of 10.
that's awesome. So
Dunedane, we've been talking about how rating sucks in vanilla WoW in comparison to maybe some of the other things you can do. I really I compared it a little bit to 5-man dungeon content, the camaraderie I get in a 5-man group. My actions make a much greater difference in 5-man dungeon content. In-game rating isn't as redundant, possibly, as PvP can be. Redundancy is in like it's fresh, you can continue to do different things. It just kind of becomes a stalemate, a means to an end, gearing people up, getting ready for the next phase. Then you get your tier set, and then it's over. That's why you need additional content. But with like in-game PvP, it's kind of endless, right? It's a lot more timeless. So I haven't had any raid fanatics come on here, dude. I'm telling you, and I know they're out there. I see them in Discord all the time, and I tell the story about this guy. I heard him. He's like, dude, I would raid 5, 6, 7 nights a week whenever Classic comes out. I'm like, what are you talking about? You would raid 6 nights a week? That sounds nauseating, right?
that's a lot, actually. But I think raiding is cool, though.
Okay.
You never raided in vanilla, is that right?
No, I haven't. That's the thing. So I'm very...
So, yeah. The thing is, the first time I ever stepped foot into Molten Core, it felt like something super dangerous, super unique. and that's a feeling you don't have in dungeons.
Sure.
So I mean, I was a warrior, a tank warrior, and I didn't really know what tanking was, even at 60 yet. I played a few dungeons while leveling, of course, and I tanked them, but I never really tanked like a raid boss, of course. So I stepped into Molten Core, and the first like trash mobs, they hit already way harder than any boss
Than anything you've
before
ever
that.
seen, right?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Sure.
and since I was one of the tanks, I felt like
Right in the middle
overwhelmed,
of it.
really.
Yeah.
So that's quite that's actually that was an awesome experience. I
Cool.
never tanked after vanilla because I thought it was stressful, but still, yeah.
That's hilarious, dude.
Um,
I'm a little anxious. You know, I'm a little tentative. I don't know what rating's gonna be like, but if you haven't heard, I'm actually gonna be an off-tank feral druid in our raid 3
wow.
group. So I think that's gonna raise the stakes for me a little bit. I think that's gonna make the experience a little bit more real, rather than just being a DPS in the background. But no, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just
Oh, no
wanted to
worries, man. No worries. But I've heard that feral tanking is probably a little bit less stressful, so that's a good thing, I think. Yeah.
yeah. Not as
if I
many
ever
buttons to
tank
hit.
again, I think I would play as a feral druid instead of a warrior.
So I know you're going paladin main tank though, right? I mean, not main tank, paladin as your main.
Holy paladin.
Okay,
Yes.
holy paladin, of course. What's your rating environment gonna look like in classic this time around? How much time are you gonna spend in game on rating, and what do you look forward to?
I actually made a guild already a few months ago. So
You're gonna have to raid. It's inevitable, right?
yeah, exactly. We aim to not to be very hardcore. We have at the moment 2 raid days. And we actually want to try to go with some off specs too. So I'm really interested to see how it goes with like a Retribution, Paladin, a Moonkin,
sure.
Shadow Priest, things like that.
Tell me why. Tell me why you want to do the meme specs.
Multiple reasons. First of all, I kind of have a feeling it will be a little bit easy this time around, especially Molten Core and Blackwing Lair probably too. So I thought with adding some of the less respects, that would probably make it a little bit harder. But also, I personally always loved the Retribution Paladin, and since private servers, I kind of like the balanced druid too. But there's never like a place for people who want to play those specs to actually play them in a raid environment. So I thought if I make my own guild, I can do whatever I want. But I'm going holy actually, so I give the opportunity to someone else to play Retri.
Right. Yeah, that's neat. That's one thing I'm excited about in our raid composition as raid 3. We're the more casual one. You're going to be able to raid as whatever you want. I think for the more experienced players, it's going to bring more difficulty to the table and kind of bring back that euphoric feel of what it was like in this epic feeling as a 40-man raid. So I mean, there is some incentive to changing up the group. So I'll tell you real quick, I brought this up on Dead of Night, the last guy. Whenever I think of 40-man raiding, I think of the 15 warrior, 10 mage group composition and a couple healers, right? And it just there's nothing fun about that, right? And so I need my perspective to be changed. I need classic to come out, and I need to be an off tank and just see what it's all about.
Well, when I played back in the day, we had 5 of each class. Since you have 8 classes on each faction, that's perfectly 40 people, right?
Oh wow!
And I'm still kind of aiming to do the same thing in our guild now, but because 5 of each class would mean you have like 15 healers. That's way too much. That's also a reason to bring off specs to the raids, right?
So, yeah.
You can still go with the 5 of each class. I don't really want to have like 10 or 15 warriors. That's not how I remember vanilla WoW. Yeah.
No, it's interesting, and it's really interesting that y'all brought 5 of each class to the raid in vanilla WoW, just because you thought that was the most optimal. There wasn't really any game-breaking meta information back then, so it would make sense to bring a more balanced group, right? And
Yes.
That's why you guys did it. That's so crazy.
Well, I don't think they thought it was the most optimal. I think it was just the most common thing to do. I played from 1.3, I think, patch 1.3, yeah. So I think I stepped into raiding at around 1.5, something like that. So there were maybe earlier, even 1.4. Probably, I don't really remember, but I think people didn't really know what raiding was, and yeah, basically, I think we had 5 paladins, but I'm pretty sure that three or maybe 4 of those were not even spec deep into holy. They were just retribution paladins, buffing the raid, dealing some damage, doing some heals, doing a little bit of everything, right?
Man, that's crazy. It's crazy that it's cool to hear your perspective of being in the raiding environment back in the day. Obviously, it's going to be a lot different this time around, just because of everybody's knowledge of the game coming back and raiding. I don't know, man. Tell me this. So the topic is raiding sucks. Changed my mind. You've already kind of talked about your thoughts on raiding. What are your plans on in-game content? Like, are you going to be focusing a lot on in-game raiding, or is it going to be in-game PvP? Or are you going to be focusing on leveling, possibly? Where are you going to spend most of your time? Just curious as we wrap up this speed date.
That's a hard one. I just want to if it's possible, I want to relive what I did back in the day, but that's really hard to do because it's not new anymore.
Yeah.
But I want to spend time leveling, spend time doing professions, reading the quest probably. I don't know. Do some dungeons, do everything. Not go ASAP to level 60, and then at 60 I want to spend time gearing up with in dungeons, do all the raids. I really want to see AQ40 and max. I stopped playing with I think I tried the first boss in AQ40, but it failed miserably, and then I quit as a tank, and I quit vanilla WoW altogether.
It's too stressful. I'm not tanking anymore. I'm done.
So I want to play some more PvP too. Probably even go for a legendary or the what's it called? Black tank? No, what's it called? The Anchorage.
Oh yeah, the Anchorage Black Mount or something like that.
I'm not sure if I will have enough time, but I just want to enjoy the game basically and do whatever is possible. But just to stay on topic a little bit, I cannot say anything else than why. Well, basically, I cannot change your mind, I guess, on why you think raiding sucks. I can only say why I think raiding is cool. And it's. I mean, I have a kind of a passion for the whole game, and raiding is part of it. And since it's the first time I saw such huge numbers on my warrior, I feel like something I have to do again.
So, if there wasn't nostalgia tied to it, would raiding be as great in classic as it was in vanilla? Like,
probably not, because if people
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, if people ask what's your favorite raid, I would still say Molten Core from probably all of the expansions, because it's the first one I did. So yeah, nostalgia is pretty big, right?
I feel that. Well, yeah, I almost feel like is 40-man raiding going to be outdated? It never made a comeback after Vanilla WoW. I don't think they ever did 40-man raiding in
but
any
it's
other
something
expansion.
epic, though.
It was something epic, but is it past its time? Is it outdated? Is it? I
think it's probably a little bit too hard to have 40 people. To bring 40 people together and to make content that's challenging.
Right. And to make it a challenge, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's either too hardcore or probably too easy. For sure. It's hard to find a balance, so it's probably easier to do it for 20 people.
So bad game design overall. No, I mean, whatever.
Well, no. Because Vanilla WoW is not about good or bad game. It's not about balance. It's about fun. And 40 people is more fun. So
sure. Yeah, it was a unique experience. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity. Interested to see how it's going to play out the second time around. I really am interested to see if people are going to be engaged in the raiding environment or not. I mean, I know that there's the mystique around clearing Nax because less than 0.1% of the population cleared it back in the day. So I mean, I feel like that's the only thing raiding has going for it. I mean, everybody wants to get back and do the 40-man raiding, but also AQ40. I feel back in the day, AQ40 was like the boring dungeon or the boring raid. People didn't like it. I didn't like it. Many people didn't like it, but now it's one of the things I look forward to. Yeah, if you talk to people who played back then, most of them didn't really like AQ40.
Also because it didn't have like a real tier set. It was tier 2.5, 2.5, right? And there were only 5 items, very ugly items, and part of the funny rating is getting the nice tier sets.
Right,
So
right,
if
right.
you run around in those stupid looking items, well, it's not really interesting, right?
For sure. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. We got Hashi P in the chat. Does Dunedain have a European guild? Absolutely, Hashi.
Yeah.
Hit Dunedain up. I don't even
The
know.
Fellowship, it's called. I don't know if I can or may link.
Send a link in the chat. Guys, we got Dunedain on the chat. We're trying to keep these speed dating things down to a minimum. I want to get as many people on as possible. I don't know what's going to happen, Dunedain, but I got to let you go regardless. Dude, I appreciate you so much coming on and being a part of the stream.
It was nice, man.
Seriously,
Thanks.
Dude, it was good to hear
Thanks.
from you. Yeah, and thanks for making the stream alive and giving me something.
Thanks for streaming. Thanks for keeping the hype alive, man.
For sure, dude.
Cool.
For sure. Hey, man, in 2.5 weeks we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there.
It'll be awesome.
It'll all be good. We won't need any more hype. Everybody's gonna be able to do their own thing. No, but it's good, man. Hey, Dunedain, thanks for watching, guys. If and for the 25 people that I got in chat right now, if you don't know who Dunedain is, we're gonna link his channels. What, you got Twitch? Is it just Dunedain?
It's YouTube, and I have a Discord. I tried streaming a little bit on Mixer, but it's not going very well.
Hey, man, Mix is the new thing, bro.
Apparently. Yeah.
If you can, go ahead and link it in the chat. I think that I have links available.
Yeah. I will do.
All right.
Okay.
All right, cool, guys. Dunedain on the channel. Thanks for coming on so much, dude. You're in the contention for the $20 Amazon gift card. You're our second one.
That's awesome.
And the odds are pretty good, man. You might be able to buy some extra hot pockets. Maybe put $20 towards a new mouse, a new keyboard. We'll see, man. Thanks.
Yeah. That's cool.
Thanks
See you,
so
man.
much. See you, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dunedain himself. One of the cast members of Good Morning Azeroth. He's a European. He's leading his own guild. If anybody wants to be a part of it, Hashi P's in there. Nice one, looking for an EU guild. Yeah, Dunedain's going to be, like I said, Dunedain, if you just caught any of his conversation right there, he seems like a wholesome dude. He seems like the kind of guy you'd want to be in his guild with. They're going to have more meme specs around. You can play whatever you want. You bring whatever you want to the raid and you'll be accepted. Yada, yada, yada. Guys, I got $20 on the line. We've had some good contestants. I'm not going to say that they weren't good, but nobody has blown me away. I'm waiting for that guy to come on that loves raiding. Guys, if you love raiding, tell me why it doesn't suck. I'm not sold on it yet. I think it's going to be cool. I'll be honest. So Dead of Night and Dunedain, they actually had some really good points. Dead of Night talking about how it's more of camaraderie. Like I said, that football team feeling. It's an opportunity for our guild to come together and have fun. It's that community event. That's what he's looking forward to. In raiding. Super good point. There's so much value in raiding, if that's what it brings, nonetheless. Dunedain absolutely killed it, talking about some of his experiences, talking about how the first time he went into Molten Core, it was that epic feeling that he'll never forget. Can it be achieved again? I don't know. Maybe just because of the timing, but nonetheless, raiding was a monumental time for Dunedain, and something that's impacted his WoW career up to this point, so... Really good points, guys. Thanks, Thor, in the chat. Guys, if anybody wants to get on and get a chance at that $20 Amazon gift card, we're talking about how raiding sucks nowadays. We've had some pretty cool points. Maybe in the meantime, I can go back to the WoW Diary a little bit. Let me see. Let me see if I can get some talking points on what I just read. Guys, if anybody's just tuning in, I just got the WoW Diary in the mail. I know I'm late to the party. But considering John Stats wrote this awesome piece of information, like seriously, nobody else has any game development, game design, analysis, really on like vanilla WoW, how it got put together. This thing is an absolute beast. Just some of the nuggets that I've got from it lately. I read chapter 1, why MMOs are so difficult to create, and it's invaluable. So maybe I can grab a talking point or two. I read it this morning actually, but yeah, John Stats, he was also one of the guys that made like half the dungeons in vanilla WoW. If you follow me at all, I absolutely love the freaking dungeon content. So this guy's all about game design analysis. And what was really neat, and guys, that's kind of why I brought up the topic raiding sucks, just because I love 5-man dungeon content. I love the I think you get more gratification out of clearing a 5-man group, or clearing stuff in a 5-man group more than you do in a 40-man group. I mean, what was really interesting reading through just that first chapter is John Stats was talking about the challenge of creating dungeons in vanilla WoW, right? He came in as a game designer. They didn't have cities, they didn't have zones even, they didn't even have dungeons created, right? And so he had his focus spread out completely across all these things, and then he said, you know what, screw it, we're going strictly dungeons. But then he talks about the challenges of creating these dungeons, and ultimately the challenge of creating an MMO in 2004. They talked about how in EverQuest, the dungeons in EverQuest were not instants, they were an open world, so people could join your dungeon, basically, and be a part of your run, unlike in vanilla WoW. It's instance content. Apparently there wasn't that much instance content in other games, and so it was a new challenge. And what was really cool, and this is really intriguing to me, this is just a nerdgasm kind of thing, you guys might not care, but dungeons are my thing. But the guy was talking about how much of a challenge it was to create just the art, like in Dead Mines, whenever you're walking around and you've got barrels and all the lumber underneath, and just making it feel as if you're in a mine, right? And you have Dead Mine workers, where you place the NPCs, who you have patrolling, and then like how big is the viewpoint? Like whenever you walk through doors, does my view get like checked? Like how high is the ceiling? How big are these rooms? And they talked about how game design, it took hundreds and hundreds of hours to put these zones together, and they weren't very flexible. You couldn't really change them. So it was like, we have no, let me put the music back on. Oh snap. We have no basis. We don't know how to make nobody's ever made dungeons in the, like, before. All right, this is the wrong, we gotta get back to speed dating. It's more chill. He was talking about the dungeon content and how no one had made it before, and so he didn't know how to, he just didn't know the logistics behind it, how long they should be, if they should be linear or not, and so that's one cool thing. You really see these big, clunky, freaking places. I know Nomerden was supposed to be an extra city, but Nomerden's huge. Sunken Temple is this massive mess. Like, they didn't know how long dungeons were supposed to be, so they just threw this thing together, probably ran out of time, and they just had to deal with what they had, and it was what it was. Again, that idea of a perfect storm. All these points of like why WoW was so unique and why a game like World of Warcraft would be so hard to recreate. It's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. So it's really cool, but it also makes me sad at the same time. There's some crazy, of course, he talks about how corporate, back in 2000, Blizzard wasn't owned by these big shareholders. They didn't have to speak to all the people making decisions with money, right? They could make whatever decisions they wanted, and all the staff, all the employees, whatever opinions they had, they brought it to the lead designers, and everybody listened to each other, and that just doesn't happen nowadays. So it's kind of a sad thing to read through the book, because you want WoW to be recreated, but then you realize how WoW was created and how it will never be created again that way. Oh, you feel me though? If everybody's tuning in, I'm just talking about the WoW diary, getting lost in the sauce on my own thoughts. But guys, raiding sucks. Dungeons are great. It's kind of my thing. I can't wait to get deeper into this book. Guys, for anybody tuning in, if you want to get on this $20 Amazon gift card, hit me up in the DMs. I'll throw my Discord in the chat. Just hit me up. Throw me a direct message. We've had 2 people on so far. We're coming up on an hour and a half. If we don't have anybody on, I can keep talking about dungeons and in-game raiding content, but I've kind of already given my spiel. I'm waiting for that one person to tell me why raiding is so great. Guys, that's why I put this topic out there. This was supposed to be a spicy one. Don't be scared. I got $20 going your way. I've had 2 people come on. They didn't really have like a rebuttal to raiding sucks. They had their own opinions and their own thoughts on what raiding brought to vanilla, but they didn't necessarily say why it was super, super great. Guys, I brought this topic up because I know I got some crazy raiding fanatics. Guys, if you want to have a chance at a $20 Amazon gift card, hit me up in the DMs in the Discord. But anyways, how's everybody doing? We're just going to take a break for a second. Little intermission. We're 2.5 weeks out. Guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you for Classic WoW? Like, do you have everything lined up? Personal life? Dude, how many people are in school? Literally, the first day of class is whenever Classic drops. August 27th is the first day of class. It's a Tuesday. The game actually comes out on a Monday, but I'm skipping class on Tuesday. You already know. But I'm ending my first session Wednesday morning because I got to go to class at 10 a.m. But yeah, how prepared is everybody for Classic WoW? Necro George 4? Oh, man. So I've heard a couple people, they're out of town. They're on vacation. And they're coming in literally, this one guy, Ivan, he's not here right now, but he was talking about how he's coming in literally the day before Classic WoW. That would be way too close for me, man. I wouldn't be ready. I wouldn't be able to. Whew. It would be too stressful, guys. I'm moving in a week early just so I can have everything set up, have a couple days good to go. I can get my mind right. I'm doing streaming, so I got a little bit more legwork to do. I'm role playing. I got a whole costume, a whole outfit going. I got some things I need to do. I'm not really prepared. Simon HH96, need to find a name for my character. Simon, you don't have any OG names that you used back in the day? Baron, help me right now. You salty? What's good, Baron? Good to see you in here. Thor, I took 11 days off of work for Classic. Hell yeah, bro. You've been ready, Thor. Thor, I'm ready to do some in-game gearing and raiding with you. I don't think I'm gonna be a part of that week 1 MC clear, but I'm gonna try and do pugs for various reasons. I don't think they're gonna need me, and it's fine. I'm not gonna end up going to these practice sessions, and so I'm probably not gonna be a part of it. But I'm down to pug. I think I'm gonna be level 60 in time. In like 5.5, 6 days, to the point that like if anybody needs an extra druid as a heal, I'll totally try and get in a pug and do a week 1 MC clear. But Thor, I'm looking forward to doing some in-game gearing that first 11 days that you're off, bro. Nico George, need to prep food, clean the apartment, haven't decided if we're going Horde or Alliance, and more. Woo! Nico George, it sounds like you got a significant other, or you're just talking plural just because. I got a couple guys. I got this one guy. He's playing with his girlfriend. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I always talk about, man. Yeah, I'm engaged myself. I've got a fiance, and I don't think I would want her to play WoW. I really don't. It would be cool, and like on date night we'd get to play WoW together, but I don't think it's a good thing. Like whenever I grow up and I get a little bit more sophisticated, and I want to go to the golf course with my son, right, or just by myself, go chill with the dudes. Go hit the sticks, go to the range. I don't think I want my lady doing the same things that I'm doing. I don't think I want to share the same hobbies as her. But a couple of people have been talking about how they got their significant other playing Classic WoW. I'm just like, man, I don't know how that's gonna go. They think it's all great, and everybody thinks it's a good idea at first, but once she gets into Classic with you, she slows you down, she gets pissed off, and it starts causing relationship problems, man. Best to leave her alone. First of all, she just ruined your Classic WoW experience. Second of all, now the relationship's stressful because she sucks at Classic. And she still wants to play with you. She wants to be included. I don't know how it's going to be. Simon, yeah, but I want a new name. I was a kid. Simon, what was your name? So, dude, I had a pretty sick name as a kid. Guys, I think I had one of the most creative names. Now, granted, I was a gnome warrior. He was bald. He had the brown curly mustache, spiky beard. And his name was Jolly. Jolli. I was OG, man. If that's not the best gnome warrior name, I don't know what is. Jolly. Jolly the gnome warrior. So I totally intend on recreating Jolly this time around. We'll see. Not at first. Maybe a year down the road. But I'm going Horde. I'm going Tauren Druid at first. Grace for days. All these different iterations of names. But yeah, it'll be good. Dinner date first day I have to work again after holidays, the 27th. Oh, that's right. You were talking about how Classic was coming on right at the end of your vacation, man. That sucks. That really blows. I'll be honest. Necro George, no, I live alone, but I like it clean. I feel that, Necro. I'm living in a one person studio apartment, guys. I'm super excited to bring this up just because I've got the green screen ready, man. I've got one right here, and I've got like 5 or 6 other ones that I'm gonna order just to keep the color consistent. Ooh, it looks brown on here. Oh, no duh. It's because it's got a green screen thing on it. Anyways, I'm going to have like 6 green screens, dude. I'm going to green screen my entire apartment, again, because I'm going to be streaming in Classic WoW. I'm going to be role-playing that first week. I've got all these different ideas for all these different things. Kind of like how S-Fan interviews people on those dueling tournaments. I'm going to have a lot of different scenes like that. Like, whenever I die, I'm going to go into the underworld, or whatever you want to call it. I'll have a certain scene for that. Things like that. I think it'll be a lot. I'm trying to be as interactive as possible, so Dunedin, you play golf too? Dunedin, you play golf? I didn't know Europeans played golf. Well, there's a whole European tour. It's just, whenever I think of Europe, I think of cold, and you don't really play golf in the cold, but yeah. Yeah, man, down here in Texas, I can play golf 24/7. The weather's always nice. It's never too cold. But it does get hot as hell sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Fireline to the 9. My fiance said bye when I said Classic was coming out. Joking as if I will never leave my PC room. Yeah, dude, so the funny thing is, man, I got my fiance, she's gonna be back home. Thankfully, she got a job this summer. She just graduated. I'm going back to school. I got one more year. I'm going part-time for Classic, streaming, doing my own thing. But the nice thing is we're gonna be away, so it won't be as prevalent, like the time spent on WoW for me. Yeah, man, I feel that. It's gonna be tough, dude, and I talk about this all the time. I don't know how many men are contemplating if they should just kick the bucket or not. Classic's coming out, dude. I don't wanna be left behind. I'm gonna have to drop the girl. No, I don't know. Thor, I was very stoned when I came up with my OG character name, but I want to reserve it, so that's a story which I will have to wait. Alright, Thor. I see how it is. Keeping secrets. Keeping secrets. Curzon. I always got kicked out of raids in Classic, but still think they were the best raids in the game I ever had. Curzon, that's what's up. Hey, if you're not even afraid, dude, come on literally for 2-3 minutes. Tell me about a story where you got kicked out of your raid. And maybe that'll sway my decision on if raids suck or not, dude. Some of the best videos, I don't advocate it at all, but the ninja looting videos, holy crap. I know you guys all know that one video I'm talking about where that girl goes hard. She screams and she's like, ah! Anyways, there's this one chick. You never hear about chicks playing Classic WoW. Nowadays I do actually a lot, but yeah, dude, some of the ninja looting videos that are real popular, they crack me up. So that's one thing about raiding. One highlight, if you want to call it that. It's good for the community. Good content, at least. Dunedin, yeah, you played today? That's what's up, dude. I don't play a lot in winter, but other than that, I play the whole year. What's your handicap? Dunedin, so I think handicaps are overrated. Everybody always says one thing, but it's never true. I could shoot on a good course, like a really good course, I could shoot 80 to 85 on a good day. Maybe shooting the 70s, man. And I'd be on fire if I was shooting on the 70s. But I break 100 every time. I can break 90 if I try. I'm alright. I played all the way throughout high school, and I have a hole-in-one. Now I know a hole-in-one doesn't mean anything for skill. Dude, I had this one friend. He was such a redneck. And the kid never played high school golf. He was never competitive, but he came and played with us every once in a while. He got a freaking hole-in-one on a par 4 in Albatross. Something that nobody ever gets. And so it just happened to this one kid swinging for the fences. Knocked a hole-in-one in on a par 4. It's pretty funny. But, yeah, Dunedin, hey, man, I can hold my own. And I love that I have a background on golf, man. So, and that's kind of cool, too. Like, whenever I do some of these meetups, like, dude, I'm going out to California for BlizzCon. We're not going to have any time for golf. But, like, if I ever did anything with viewers, I think it'd be cool to go play golf. If any of my viewers play golf, it'd be cool. But Simon HH96, my name was Souls, and I did not understand English when I made my character. I just thought it looked like a nice name. Later, I learned English and found out that it meant Souls, and it was not a real name. Yeah, you're just a soul. You're not really... Well, I mean, but your soul is everything, though, Simon. Without a soul, you're nothing. All right. Whatever. Doesn't matter. My best score this year was 82 on a par 72. Never played better than that. Yeah, Dunedin. Dude, like I said, I'm pretty good, man. I don't flex my skill too much on the golf course, but I can hold my own, man. I actually shot 1 under in a high school golf tournament, and then one of the saddest stories, it was in the regional golf tournament, and the next thing up from regionals is state, and it was a 2-day tournament. I shot 71 the first day, 1 under, and 81 the next day. Got absolutely nothing. Anyways, don't want to talk about it. But if I ever come to Texas, I want to play some golf. If you like, hell yeah, Dunedin. If you ever came through, man, absolutely. The little bit that we've got to know each other through ClassicWow.live and Good Morning Azeroth and whatnot, I would love to get to meet up with anybody. Dunedin, if you ever come to the States, man, you got to come through to Texas. Maybe we'll do a meetup. We'll go where everybody else is. Maybe we'll go to Philly with Def Camp and Melderon. Maybe have to go over to Cali, go see Cargos. But yeah, man, for sure. Guys, if anybody wants to come on, we got a $20 Amazon gift card on the line. Come tell me why raiding doesn't suck. Guys, I just don't see the appeal. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it that much. But I will say, some people did change my mind. Dead of Night, he changed my mind without even trying, I think. He's talking about how it's an opportunity for our whole group to come together. It's a community event. It's a night for the boys, right? It's not going to be super serious. And that's the other thing, too. It depends on how you view raid night. Raiding is going to look a lot different for every single person that raids. It's not going to be... I think it's a unique experience on its own. There's 3 raid groups in our Invictus Invicta guild. They have completely different feels, different environments in them. Raid 1 is trying to be super competitive. Raid 2 is more relaxed, but they want to clear the content and be competitive. I don't know. I think Raid 2 is just the spillover, and they want to be just as competitive as 1. But Raid 3 is the casuals, man. The guys that just want to chill. The guys that just want to have a good time. Play whatever class spec they want. Def Camp and Meldron are going to be leading it. Hypnotic Bud. Some really experienced guys. I guess myself, I'll be off tank as Feral Druid, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, guys, no, I appreciate everyone coming on. I'm coming up to... Oh, my gosh. This cat just woke up. Oh, come here. Get it. Guys, we're coming up to 4 o'clock. This isn't my cat. It's my sister's. I'm living at home. I'm going to be moving out in a week. I'm going to be setting up for Classic WoW. And, I don't know, guys. I'm getting to the end of the stream. My priority, I wanted this to be a little bit more interactive than it was. We had 2 guys on. We had a lot of viewers, but nobody really wanted to get participated. Maybe it was me. I gotta stop holding this cat. But I'm not worried about it. Guys, I'm gonna have to give the $20 Amazon gift card away to, drum roll, please. I gotta give it to Dead of Night. And Dunedane, I love you. But Dead of Night came on. He was supposed to win it last time. He was a second viewer. And he came on today, and he really did sell me. He had the selling point. That was the point of today. Rating sucks, changed my mind. And he brought up a good point. And we're actually going to be rating together, believe it or not. He brought up the point that he can't wait to get back with the boys. Dunedane, you had some great talking points as well, though. I love the epicness that rating brought to your Classic WoW life, to your memories. Something that you'll never forget. Rating is essential. It's something that you need in vanilla WoW. It wouldn't be vanilla without 40-man rating. So, that's my conclusion on rating in Classic WoW. It's essential. Don't know if I'm going to love it, but it's okay. You don't have to love it. It was a part of the game. It was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. Never happened again in the history of Classic WoW. Guys, thank you everyone for the few people that I had follow today, being a part of the stream. Everyone that's on YouTube. I also stream on Twitch, but I'll be restreaming on YouTube and Twitch. Don't worry about having to switch over. But we're going to have a lot more things going on. Got a lot of things in the pipeline, guys. I'm ending it short just because we're slowing down on chat interaction. Nothing against you guys, but I got dungeon content that I want to get done. I've almost got Uldaman done. I just got Razorfin Downs done yesterday, and I stayed up all night on Uldaman. All morning. I don't know if I'm going to go to sleep or keep working on Uldaman, but before the stress test tomorrow, I'm going to get Uldaman done. Stress test is going to be live tomorrow. I'm pumped. I'm going to be streaming it, so if you want to pop in, I got a couple things that I'm going to be doing. Guys, oh, and for everyone that's here, I want to show you this real quick before I go. Necro George, can't wait to do Drunken Raids in Classic, though. Woo! Woo! I'm going to be off tank, man. I got a lot of responsibility. Dunedane, it was great, dude. Always happy to talk. No, seriously, Dunedane, thanks for coming on. And guys, everybody, if you haven't heard about Dunedane before, plug your channel again, Dunedane. Thanks for coming on. Guys, check this out. Before you go, ClassicWow.live, guys, just a couple hours ago, they released the official, it's in beta, but the official leveling guide. Really neat. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I know that it's in demand. A lot of people want a leveling guide. Myself, I want to get to 160 as quickly as possible, but for various reasons. Not how I prefer to play the game, though. But guys, check this out. Let me change the stream real quick. I gotta fix this thing up. Guys, ClassicWow.live, if you haven't seen it, it's a really cool website where literally anyone can submit content. It's ClassicWow.live. It's the community. We want people to be a part of the forum posts in this community. People can post their videos in this, I don't know, on the main page. I don't really care to show you this, but here's the live pages, something I really like. I don't necessarily subscribe to or follow everybody on Twitch, but like we got Asmongold and literally all these streamers. Look, you got your boy Grays right here. We got Sea-Doo, Monkey News, a lot of people that you don't know about. Of course, you got S-Fan, Def Camp, Navished, Stay Safe, Tips Out, Atticus, Ale. All these people that you wouldn't normally catch, they're on this ClassicWoW.live page. Really neat. You can get all the classic people in one spot. Guys, the Atlas, this Atlas map is really cool. If you haven't seen it, you can click around all these zones, all these different caves. Okay, what I really want to show you, though, is the leveling guide. Check this out. This just got released a couple hours ago. Navic and Egregious have been hard at work at this literally since the day Classic got announced. I talked to Egregious one-on-one. This is what he told me. Ever since the announcement came, he said, dude, him and Navic got two big brains together. They said, we got to make a leveling guide. Literally anything, regardless what faction you are, what class, what race, they've got everything to go. To get started, make your selections below. Check this out, guys. Faction and group size. Oh, I'm going Horde. Oh, I'm not just going solo. I'm going trio. Dude, check it out. So, we got a Tauren Druid. We got a Tauren Shaman. Oh, this is crazy. And then we got a Tauren Hunter. Guys, this guide, so check this out. It tells you what to do step by step. It's going to include class quests. This is the beta version. They've got 1 to 15 set up for the stress test tomorrow. Really neat thing. You can do it on the website. There's not an add-on for it yet. This is really impromptu. But in the next 2.5 weeks, they hope to have this thing polished and set up for anybody that wants a polished leveling guide. And what I've heard, it's faster than Joanna's leveling guide. I'm not starting beef. I'm not saying one's better than the other. But like I said, these guys have fabricated, literally, the past 2 years, a new leveling route. A lot of people use Joanna's guide and refine it. This wasn't used... this wasn't taken, like, it didn't take the skeleton of Joanna's guide at all. These guys are big brain. They are OG players from back in the day, and they put together what they think is one of the most efficient leveling routes for any class. And Navic, he got in. I'll just give this guide a little bit more credit. Navic on the beta, on the stress test, he got in within the first hour of the stress test being announced. He leveled up on Horde as a, remember there was two servers, PvP and PvE. So it was a max level of level 30. He solo leveled 1 to 30 as a warrior. He was the first Horde warrior, or first Horde character on the PvP realm using this guide solo as a warrior, the hardest class to level. So it gives it some credit. Granted, the amount of people that were a part of the stress test, but there were some OG players, man, that tried to get in the stress test, and the fact that he did it as a warrior says itself. Guys, check this out. One thing I really like is that they added in the specific amount of grinding that you need to do in between certain levels in accordance to how much, like for this Tauren quest, you're gonna hit level 3 and then you're gonna turn in a quest. You need to hit a certain amount of XP before you return to Camp Narachi, so you make sure that you ding level 4 whenever you turn in the quest. So really neat thing. It's just super intuitive. You got to check it out. It's on the ClassicWoW.live website. I'm super proud of these guys. Ale for putting all the coding and legwork behind it. He made this thing happen. It's really neat. Anyways, just wanted to show that to you guys before I signed off. Got some really cool things going on over at the website. Really proud of these guys. Really excited about what's going on. It's a cool thing for the community. It's cool to see what Classic WoW is bringing. How much value it brings to the community. But yeah, that's about what I got, guys. That's about all I got. Necro George, I make my own path at first. I'll follow a guide on my first all. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I was thinking the same thing. At least in the 1 to like 12, 1 to 15, even 1 to 20 area, I've already got mapped out. I've played through it a couple times, so I won't need the guide for that. But it's super neat, guys. Seriously, they're planning on implementing this leveling guide with the Atlas, and they're trying to fuse all these things together. They're gonna make it mobile friendly at some point. It's just it's a race against time right now. So lots of things going on in the pipeline. Really cool stuff, guys. I gotta get back to some of my dungeon guides I want to get done before. Oh snap! Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh man. I had 2 people ready to come on. Do we still have the stream going? How are we doing on people? Yeah, I already gave the $20 away, dude. I already gave it to Dead of Night. Shiza! Guys, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to coordinate it whenever, I'm going to have this discussion again. I'm not satisfied. I did give my spiel, so I kind of let the cat out of the bag. But I'm trying to do some collaboration with a couple other streamers, a couple other guys, hopefully bringing a ton of people in the community, and we can get a lot of people in. Guys, for the people that DM me in the last 10 minutes, sorry, I think I pretty much gave it up like 5-10 minutes ago. But my bad, guys. It would have been good for the stream, but I'm hitting the end. Thanks for wanting to be a part of it, though. Seriously, we had 2 people on today. It was good. I'm just trying to do something before Classic WoW comes out, guys. I really want to give the community a voice, and I want to get to know the community better. I've seen a lot of value out of the talk show that I do on Goodnight Azeroth. We're gonna have it tomorrow night. As the stress test is winding down, my opinions, my views have been shaped a lot, and I see things a lot differently just by being in that podcast, in that discussion. And there's more opinions than just the guys in my realm. There's more opinions than just content creators, and so I want to be able to give you guys a voice. So that was kind of the point of these videos. But yeah, no, guys, thanks for being a part of this and participating, whether it was on chat, dead of night, and Dunaday. Thanks so much for coming on, and for everybody that participated in the chat. I really appreciate you guys being active and making this stream possible. Necro George, see you love the content, by the way. Thanks, Necro. I'm gonna have the dungeon guide content. Dude, I hit a burst of energy, man. I think I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna have that done before Classic. Then once Classic comes, it's gonna be a whole new game. I got a lot of things prepared. Guide content is going out the window. I'm done. I'm sick of it. It's been cool, and the guide content, there's a novelty to it. I will do 3-man dungeon guide content, but it'll be a lot more fun and interactive. I'll be actually testing things and playing the game. I'm not just making guides. But no, guys, seriously, thanks for being a part of it. Make it the streaming thing. Alright, guys, I'm gonna sign off here. Thanks so much for watching. It's your boy Grace for Days. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the stress test. If you want to tune in, we're gonna have a good time. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.